Macleod, Laid Back Guitars. This is a CVT guitar lesson for Terry. Terry, this is your second one, and a lot of diversity I can tell with you with your CVTs, because we're going from this to POD. Man, I love it, dude. And you gave me the rundown on why you wanted to do these songs. It's fabulous. And on this one, you wanted the basic idea. I kept the melody the same. It's a classical piece where he's finger picking. You wanted it done with a pick. So I think this one's set up really nicely for you, dude, to get. It's going to be easier than the Olivia Newton-John one we did. I can guarantee that. But anyways, let's jump in. It's beautiful though. Good song choice. And it sounds good with a pick. Sometimes when you change something that's finger picked to using a pick, it can lose a lot, and it doesn't really at all. Our tuning standard for this, we're going to start with a D minor chord. I'm going to give you the forms first. Okay, so we're going first fret high E, follow the fingering in your tabs, third fret B, and second fret on the G. It's a D minor chord. I suggest, Terry, playing this as an arpeggio first to make sure that the clarity is there, because on some of these we're hitting two notes at once. I want to make sure that we have the clarity there. So just play from the D string down. We can hear everything. If you ran into this, we'd want to fix it, right? So once it's clear, we're going to go, starting on the D string, go D, G, and then the B and E string we're going to strum. We're going to hit it together. And then and it's a hold as well, so when the fingers are down, leave them down. After that, play the G string as it sits, and you're actually repeating the last two strings together, back up to the G, and again. So once you get to the first time of that, it's repeating. So here's what it sounds like. And then we go from that D minor to an A major. There's different fingerings for this. I'm using what I'm hoping will be the simplest for you, which is just a bar chord, taking your index and laying it flat over the second fret on the D, G, and B string. If that doesn't work for you, if you're getting, sometimes barring can be tricky for people. You can always use three fingers, different variations, but I'm gonna have you try it with the index barring. Same kind of concept, but starting on the open A string, go A, D, and the G and B together, back to the D, and the G and B together, and then you'll see a line in your tabs. That's your rest. And then double dots, that means go back and repeat. If it does more than 2 times, I'll notate it, but I think all these are 2 times on your repeats. Okay, I'm looking at your tabs now, and that's how it appears to be. Thought there was one that was 3, but we'll find out. So you go back and repeat it. Let me do it again. So you're going to, like I said, it's only your second CVT here, but obviously work on getting your transitions quick. You don't have to use this hand if you're stuck in having to go, if it's taking 2-3 seconds or longer. Go through the motions. Just land the chord, train these fingers to land it. Alright, so then continuing on in section 1, it's back to the D minor, but we're playing some different melody notes within it. It's real pretty. It goes. So we're back to D minor, first fret E, third fret B, second fret G. We're going to go D, G, and then the B and E together. Keep the open D string ringing, go 5B and 3E together, and then go 5E and 6B. So that's your notes. The beauty of it is that open D rings. So we have. Next one is based out of A. And what you're going to do, or A7, second fret D, second fret B. Make sure that this middle finger does not mute out the open to high E. We're going to need that. So check it out. A, D, and then the B and E string together. Second fret B, open high E. If it does this, you just got to angle on the tip of the finger more. Push your fingers out and up. Okay, so as that open A rings, we're going to go 1E, 3B together and 3-5 EB. So the endings of each of those chords, you're doing three things. The D minor was and then played together. Again. And so that's double dots, right? 2 times. And then section 2, 21 seconds in, and here's what we're going to do on that. 3 on the low E, 3rd finger. 3 on the B string, pinky. 1 on the high E, 1st finger. This will be the toughest chord of the bunch. Just play those 3 strings, E, B, and G, and it's a hold. In other words, don't go. Keep them all down and go E, B, G. And then 3 on the high E, slide to the 5th fret. You don't pick the 5th fret, the slide rings it out. And then 3rd fret E. Sounds like this when it's played together. And then finish that with A7. We're going to go 2 on the D with the middle. And you're going to go 2 on the B string with your 3rd finger. And you're ready to go. Go A, D, B, and open high E. And then keep everything down, add your pinky to the 3rd fret, high E, and hit the last 2 strings, the E and B string, which is going to be 2nd and 3rd fret. It sounds like this. Double dots, start it over. So that was our second time through. Section 3, 32 seconds in, D minor to A7. You may be being like, that doesn't look like it. You can play the same chord up and down the neck in different spots. We're going to have a higher tonality. It's an inversion of just a different variation of the D minor. Sounds like this. To an A7. So go 5th fret high E, 6th fret B, 7th fret G. In other words, Terry, D minor, D minor. This is more standard, what you'll see, but this is not as common. So you can tell it's a higher tonality. We're going to go D, E, B, G, then strum the last 3 strings. Or last 4. Then go 3rd fret high E, 2nd fret on the B, and we're going to go A, E, B, G, and then strum the last 3. Double dots, start it over. Oops. Okay, moving on to section 4. So far it's like 2 times through our double dot repeats. 43 seconds in, back to D minor. Slight variation, we're adding some notes. It goes like this. Oh, pretty. So 2G, middle finger, 3B, 3rd finger. You're ready to go. Go D, G, B, E. And then bring your index finger to the 1st fret on the high E. It's once again a hold like all the others. Leave everything down. Then the B string where it sits, and then add your pinky to the 3rd fret high E. Here it is together. And then we're going to do an A2 to an A major. Just think A major. 2D, 2G. I'm going 1st and 2nd finger. And go A, D, G, B. If we stopped there, that'd be an A2 chord, but then we're going to drop our 3rd finger to 2B. So it's, and then start it over. You could swap the fingers out to middle up on the top. Let's experiment with fingering. Then 54 seconds in, we hit a series of repeats. I just wrote the section name down. Section 2 and Section 3, each 2 times. Minute 16, same thing. Series of repeats. It'll say minute 16, Section 1, 2 times, no star. In other words, go. That part is going to be played 2 times. And then you jump over to section 2, the okay. But the next new part is section 5 at 1:48 in, and you're going to go middle finger 2 G, and that's all you need to get started. It goes, oh, and go 3rd finger 3rd fret B. It's called a hammer-on. What you're going to do is go D, G, open high E, hammer onto the 1st fret. So when you're hammering, you're slamming the finger down to produce the note without picking it. So I'm going to pick the open. Let me move these so you can see what I'm talking about. You're going. The only reason I rang out is I slammed that finger on there. That's called a hammer-on. So you have, wait, where are we at? Section 5. And then pick the B string. You're already pressing down on the 3rd fret there. Do that 3 times. Okay, that's the part that I told you. Double dots, and then I put 3X. So you'll go. From there, A7, we're going to go 1st finger 2 D, middle finger 2 B, 3rd finger 3 high E, and go A, D, G, B, E. It's a hold, so you're going to let everything ring. It goes. Then you'll see double dots around that whole section. It means you go back and start it over. Oops. Bunch of repeats after that. Time stamped 1:49, 2:43, 3:15, and then the very end comes in at 3 minutes and 58 seconds, and it just does this. Which is actually part of another section we did. That was part of section 3. It's the higher version of the D minor. 5E, 6B, and 7G. You're going to go D, E, B, G, and then strum the last 4 strings. And that's it, Terry. I think this song's going to go great for you. It's smoother. And I really I'm pretty sure that this is going to be easier for you than Olivia Newton-John for several reasons. This one's just, it's all guitar. There's nothing to go, oops, I can't hear what's happening. With Olivia Newton-John, we had all the other instrumentations, and the guitar wasn't super dominant and all of it, and it had some funky kind of jazz chords going on it. Great song, but these are just 2 kind of opposites, you know. We brought pop into classical here, and then going from there to some new metal with POD. So anyways, the guitar player, he's really good, man. He's playing, you know, there is an overdubbed guitar where he's, you know. Anyways, it's really cool. Down the road, if you want to get into some solo stuff like that, cool. But I know you're going to have fun with this. Alright, so I may start your POD. I know we're going to take care of everything next week. But I may have a chunk of that done for you. We'll see how that goes. And thanks, Terry. Have fun with this.